Hi sewing friends, I'm Karina from Lifting Pins and Needles. Welcome to my channel and another sewing video. So this video is all about a dress I made to enter the Little Lawn Party Instagram sewing challenge. I've got it here, run by handmade by Ditsy Tulip and the Bright Blooms. And the deadline is the 15th of May, so I'm barely pushing the deadline. This had to be a spring themed dress, so I chose a print that was quite springy for me at least. And because the print was so nice, I just thought what can I make to really show off the print. Now you're gonna see while I'm showing you the process, the color of the dress. Because of the color of the dress, I chose a really simple dress. You're gonna see why. So there is a dress by Christine Haynes called Varda dress, and I'll pop a line picture here. And it's a really simple dress, quite figure skimming. Why I wanted this dress was so I can try French darts. I've been wanting to try them for a while. I attempted to self-draft a bodice with French darts last year, but it didn't work out properly. I did something wrong. I need to reattempt that. But meanwhile, I thought I'd try this pattern that already has that French dart incorporated into the pattern. And French darts are basically like an elongated bust dart, or it can also include the bust and the waist dart. So I'll insert a picture here of like a drawing I found online, where you can see the bust dart is closed and the waist dart is closed, forming just one elongated dart that starts from the waist or slightly above the waist and goes up like that. So I think it's a really flattering dart. It's really discreet. You can't really see it that much from the side or from the front. And if you have some really gorgeous print fabric that you don't want to distort with darts cutting into them, I think it's a really good alternative to try the French dart. It gives really nice shaping, and you know what I think about darts? Darts are our friends, they make us look nicer, and that's why usually in all my videos you see me just fixing them darts. Either changing their position or widening them or whatever, or actually adding them when they're not there. So I really like this dress because it has the back darts. So I didn't have to go measure and put them into the pattern. They are already there. I like that. I like that the back also has a zipper because it gives it shaping. Not that I did the zipper, but it shapes your back. I mean, we don't have a straight back. So some patterns that just make you put the back on the forward, it doesn't really give good shaping on the back either. So all those reasons why I like this dress and I wanted to try it. So I made the Varda dress and I have filmed the process for you, like always. It's quite short because it's very simple. So that's coming in now. This is the front pattern, and if you can see this French dart, that red line marks the original one from the pattern, stops up there. And if I measure my bust height from the shoulder seam there, discounting the seam allowance, that bust height is at 28 centimeters, which is too high for me. My bust height is 31 and a half, 31, 32. So I've lowered this to 31 and a half. So I follow the same size of the dart. I've just stopped it earlier at that height, and that means it's a little bit smaller there. It'll fit my bust better and it won't be like over my apex and looking really weird. So I've done that before making the dress and transferred the markings onto the fabric. The process is really easy. I've done the back seam with no zipper, and I've done the shoulder seams. I'm going to finish the neckline with bias binding, and I'm going to attach it onto the neckline, just folding it over. But before that, so it folds over nicely afterwards, I'm doing tiny little snips, very small, just a few millimeters, because the bias tape is not that wide. There I've united that bias tape there, and I've pinned it all the way around, already folded. Now this is store-bought bias tape, and I'm just quickly stitching that onto the neckline. I could have left the neckline just like this, but you're gonna see I at this point I still haven't made up my mind how I'm gonna do it, but pressing open the shoulder seams, and I'm pressing on that bias binding so it looks nice and flat, nice and crisp. Try it on. I haven't done the side seams, but it's looking really nice, so I'm gonna fold it under there one more time and stitch it again. And that gives it a really sturdy finish. Lots of ready-to-wear have this finish around necklines and armholes. If you have a look, if you have any in your closet or in the shops, have a peek and you'll see this type of finishing in a lot of ready-to-wear. And I like this for like thin fabrics like this crepe. I'm not lining it. I used my 1/4 inch foot for that thing, and it's really, really nice and straight. Better than if I'd just done it, you know, normally. So there you can see the bias tape on the other side. It's got 2 rows of stitching, but just one visible on the outside. Those French darts, you can see I've pinned them. You have that flappy bit that looks really weird on the pattern piece, but when you actually sew it up and press it, that flappy bit is going to meet the side seams exactly. So that flappy bit on the pattern piece has to be there for French darts. You know how I do my darts, I start on the tip first, I do a bit of hand wheeling, and then I knot it, and then I just go ahead and stitch all those darts. I'm doing the back darts here. I didn't film the French darts. I try it on again. I like how that looks. It's inside out, it looks nice and flat. Now I've pinned the side seams because I want to make sure the fit is like I want it, and you can see there just that like 10 centimeters under the arm side, I'm going to adjust it to me. I like how the back looks. I've sewn up the French darts here, and then I've pinned the side seams, just pinned, you know, so I can try it on. I've tried it on, and from there, maybe about 12-13 centimeters under the armhole, I'm going to bring it in a little bit, maybe just 1/2 centimeter. I'm going to keep the normal seam allowance on up to there, and then bring it in 1/2 centimeter all the way down to get the fit that I want. So there are the French darts there. The point that I chose hits me exactly where I want it to hit, and the back darts there, you can't really see, but they're very flattering. They're right at the right height for my waist, and they define your back shape really, really nice, so I'm happy. Don't need to make any changes there. Okay, so I hope everything was nice and clear there. I mean, the dress is very, very easy to make. Once you've cut it out and everything, oh, it was just so easy for me. Now I chose to do the neckline with bias binding. You can see there, but I used a different method. It was basically, as you saw, putting the bias binding on and then folding it under and then stitching again. Now, where did I get this? As you know, I'm like an avid refashioner, or used to be when I had access to a lot of handmade, secondhand clothes. I did a lot of unpicking. Like, I would totally deconstruct those garments, and I saw these types of necklines with bias binding like that. And I thought it gave it a really sturdy finish to fabrics that were thin like this. And that's why I decided to do the neckline like that on this dress. I've also done the arm side with bias binding, but just my usual way, not folding it in again, you know, just the normal way. I think that's fine. I wanted the neckline to be a bit more sturdy. And you can see the color of the dress. It's quite bright. It's got a lot of flowers. If I had a print like this, I would always make a simple dress. So you see it's red. It is a bright color. It's got lovely flowers. It's a nice dress. I mean, it's a nice fabric. And for a fabric that's so bright, I mean, already being red, you're gonna like stand out if you walk anywhere in a red dress. Everyone's gonna be like, oh, red coming. So I would never make a dress that's so like full skirt that takes up a lot of volume that everyone's gonna be like, oh wow, that's just too much. So I chose a really simple dress. That's why, because of the color, because it's red. And this is actually my preferred style of dresses. I like dresses like this. I just feel comfortable. I feel like I'm not like self-conscious, or that people are going to stare at me for like having a humongous skirt. I just can't, you know, each to their own. I love it when people make full dresses and they look so gorgeous, but I just cannot feel comfortable in one like that. So yeah, nice simple dress. So as you can see, I haven't done the zipper. I never do it. This dress is not skin tight. It skims your figure. It really shows off your curves if you have them, but I can get it on. It's just, you know, I can just slip it over my head. So no zipper there, but I did do the back seam because it does have some shaping on the back. So it was really important to have that back seam there. So I have a little clip of me actually walking around in the dress so you can see how it fits. I really like the dress, the neckline, everything, just like it. I like that it had a version that is sleeveless, like it's meant to be sleeveless. I feel I'm not cheating that much on the pattern, you know. So I've also got some pictures, so those are coming in now. Cool. So I'm really happy with this. I think it's a dress I'm gonna wear a lot. I have red shoes, you know. I've already cut out another one, so you're probably gonna see that one at the end of the month when I show you my roundup of all my May makes. I usually do make 2 or 3 of the same. Usually the first time not that many changes, the second time hacking, you know, it's just more fun that way. So that is all. Tell me, have you ever tried a French dart? This is my first, highly successful. The change I made to the length of, you can't even see the dart. It's like it's not even there. I can't even see it. Oh, there it is. So it starts there and it goes up to there. You can't see it. And shortening that dart was perfect. I just imagine it had been about 3 centimeters longer. It would have been really right at the apex. And it would have really given me a really, not a look that I want, you know? So I think altering those darts is always a must for me. I just have never found a pattern that is, you know, right on the money on the dart, except for the Sonata dress. I didn't have to change the darts there. But yeah, love it. Let me know what you think about French darts. Have you done them? I really want to get my pattern drafting on point and draft myself a really nicely fitted bodice with a French dart. So yeah, I might give that another go soon. That's all for now. Thank you for watching. If you haven't subscribed, you can see, you know, get notifications. You can hit that little bell thingy because I'm uploading a lot of videos. You don't want to miss out, maybe. That's all. Happy sewing. Bye.